Okay, is it recording? Testing, testing, 1, 2. Seems like it's working. Okay. Hello, guys. Fuck. I almost forgot my intro. Hello, brothers and big sisters alike. My name is Lightning Griffin, and welcome to a reaction. Now, I couldn't find the stuff to do my normal reactions like I always did. So I'm back to reacting fanfics for you. Yeah. As always, I will play the audio and record my face. Don't worry, I'm pissed off about it too. I can just tell you guys are screaming in the comments at me. Like, oh, you're too mad at me. Anyway, fuck my shirt. Okay, so, tonight, my life. Okay, today, I am reacting to Why I Stopped Watching My Little Pony by The Lost Narrator. By the way, I like to put this, before, oh, by the way, I'll put the link in the description below, for the story, but, I would actually like to say this first before I actually, start the reaction. I would actually like, Lost Narrator to contact me, because would really enjoy, I would really enjoy being part of her, reading crew, you know, part of her production crew and stuff, and like her fanfic readings and stuff, because I do a bit of reading myself, and that's kind of like, and I want to be able to work with more experienced people on voice acting and stuff like that, and also better equipment. I would actually like to work with a lot of people on stuff like that, and actually I think it would be better for me because I'm also because like you guys seen, I'm also a DJ, so it's also another thing I can do, and I can mix like music and stuff. But I have a Pop-Tart. Yeah, it's so professional. Anyway, but no, but for real, I've been a fan of the Lost Narrator for quite a while, and I've listened to a lot of her fanfics, and even the Grim Darks, which I don't know. So anyway, yeah, you know, just if like I said, Lost Narrator, if you're watching this, please contact me over Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. As always, it's my name, Lightning Griffin, or in Facebook it goes by my real name, but but if you just search up Lightning Griffin, it'll pull up my name and then Lightning Griffin at the same time. So, you know, if you can, that would actually be really cool if you can contact me and give me your opinion on joining you in your production crew. Anyway, I'm stupid. I'm just rambling. No, but seriously, I actually want to be part of her narration crew, because it would actually be really cool and really fun to do. And she seems like a really nice person. I've also seen a lot of her blooper reels, so. What the fuck is that? Never mind. Okay. Let's go. Creepy lighting activated. Wow, that is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Had to fix everything. So now, I got ominous lighting. My camera quality is still shit, though. Don't worry, I'll try and fix that. Oh god. Okay, so. I am so bad at this. I am so sorry. You think of the years I've been in fucking... Hello! I look creepy as fuck. I look creepy as hell. Okay, so, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I got this thing turned up enough.
Dear Hasbro, my name is Alicia Garcia, a single mother of a 10-year-old daughter named Jennifer Garcia, who is a huge fan of your show. Non-stop, all she ever does is talk about that My Little Pony show and how it's the greatest thing on earth. I've watched a few episodes with her, and I have to admit that I've gotten hooked on it as well. Or at least I used to. I don't see the show the same way nowadays. Ever since she started watching it, all she would ever ask for is a Rainbow Dash doll, her favorite pony, by the way. I've tried numerous times to try and find her one to buy at the store, but so far I haven't found one, or for that matter, any My Little Pony dolls or figures. I asked one of the clerks if whenever they would ever have some in stock, but she had no idea what I was even talking about. Like, as if she had never heard of the show, or My Little Pony for that matter. I've also looked online on eBay and Etsy, and still haven't found any toys from your show. A few weeks ago, my daughter Jennifer brought home a Twilight Sparkle vinyl figure that she said she found in the playground under a swing set. It was filthy, with one of the wings ripped off. Someone had colored its eyes black with a pen or marker, and it had the strangest smile that I had ever seen on a doll. It's silly, and I don't even know why I'm writing this, but I get uneasy around that doll. It's almost like this hatred that seems to be burning inside of it. But even with my own reservations, Jennifer loves it and takes it everywhere with her. I can't imagine why she loves it so much. It's a broken toy, but it's her favorite. I tried cleaning it up, but I haven't been able to remove the black ink. She took it with her for a sleepover over at her friend Amelia's house a few weeks ago. I'm not sure what happened, but my daughter isn't allowed to go over there anymore. I didn't get any details from Amelia's parents, but from the little that I do know, it has something to do with Jennifer loaning that Twilight Sparkle doll to her friend, and something happened to her and the toy during the night. Again, it's silly, I know, but the thing is, Jennifer has told me that she hasn't been to school since the sleepover. Something about that all she does is scream now, and has been placed into a hospital. I don't understand what all happened, but it's a bit unnerving again.
Ooh, that sucks.
I caught my daughter on more than one occasion talking to it, and to say the least, I was a bit freaked out.
Fucking doll's
Sometimes
possessed.
it seems like the doll is listening and talking back to her. I know, it could be attributed to, imaginary friends. I mean, we all had those as a kid, and it's silly of me for even to be bringing this up with you, but I just can't shake this feeling. But that's not really what I want to write to you about. The reason why I'm writing to you is because I don't like how the newer episodes are going. They're neither good or wholesome like the ones we first started watching. And to tell you the truth, it's more than a little sick. I don't know how you can even dare call that a children's show. And if I ever figure out the schedule that it's on, I will make sure that my daughter never watches it again. When we started watching My Little Pony, it was on Saturday mornings. Now it seems to be on like almost all the time. Whenever I bring her home from school and when she wakes up in the morning, and almost all the day I find it on. I'm not sure how they do it, but for almost half a year now, My Little Pony is on almost all hours of the day and night. It's gotten so bad that I've started to unhook the cable from the TV, and now all we watch is DVDs and shows on Netflix. But what's really upsetting is how the new episodes are going. Whoever's in charge there at Hasbro, like you reading this, or the company as a whole, I don't know what makes these shows or who makes them, but they're downright evil. Only a twisted person would make something like this and like it. I thought it was strange that it was on all the time, but I didn't mind. That all changed with the season 3 episode 14, Flutter Pet. The one where Fluttershy's pet rabbit, Angel, gets sick and has to be put down. I mean, it was such a horrible episode. I didn't like how the other ponies laughed at Fluttershy and called her names for letting Angel get sick. They kept on until Fluttershy broke down and started crying while the other ponies gleefully ripped the poor bunny Angel apart. Like, physically. I can't unshake that episode. Like, I was watching it with my daughter, and what was even more shocking was my daughter's reaction. She was just laughing and carrying on as if it was just another episode. This is the type of show that you want to put on air.
The kid's psycho.
The next episode was season 3's episode 15, Pinkie Party Pinkie. I remember the name of this one.
Hey, Pinkie Pie, my favorite pony.
The other one. Basically, it was about how Pinkie threw a party for all of her friends and how they all hated it, telling her that she was a failure and her parties were terrible and that nobody liked her and wished she was dead.
Really?
The other ponies tormented Pinkie until she literally flipped out. She started biting herself, pulling her hair out, while she was laughing and crying at the same time. God, it was awful. It was so bad I turned it off and told my daughter that she was never allowed to watch it ever again. It was more disturbing how it didn't seem to bother my daughter at all, though. I talked to her about it later on, and she told me the Twilight Sparkle doll had said that Pinkie Pie deserved it. Her parties were stupid, and no one likes her, and they all wish that she was dead. I was shocked, stunned. I took that damn doll away from her, and I wanted nothing to do with your show. I thought this matter was closed. I threw the doll away and thought that it was the end of it. But it wasn't. The next day, after dinner, a new episode came on as Jennifer and I watched a cartoon on Nickelodeon. What threw me off was that I thought My Little Pony never aired on Nickelodeon. It's not one of their shows. And it was just as horrible as the others. This one was called First Flight Twilight. It was an episode where Twilight Sparkle was trying to learn how to fly with her wings when she couldn't get it right. After, her third try, the others got so mad that they ripped one of her wings off. Just like the doll that my daughter had, now that I come to think of it. And they threw her off a cliff. I mean, you can clearly see her hit the ground. There was blood everywhere, along with the sickening sound of Twilight breaking her neck. Every other episode after that, Twilight had one of her wings missing and her head hangs at this weird angle. I don't get you people. Are your creators mentally sick?
Probably.
Like I said before, as much as I try to stop my daughter from watching the show, it comes on from time to time. And all the other episodes are just as mean. Applejerk when they set Applejack's house on fire and call her names as her and her family are trapped inside and they burn to death. Colors of the Rainbow, that one episode where they trap Rainbow Dash in a well and fill it up with water and then they just watch her drown while they're laughing.
Wow.
As she's screaming her head off. How can you call yourself a kid-friendly company when you put trash like this on?
Agreed.
There are more episodes like this, but I don't really want to get into it. I have forbidden my daughter, who didn't really seem to have minded at all, from watching your My Little Pony.
By the way, sorry. Do not go and search these up because they're actually not real. Alright, so. I mean, that's probably obvious, to you guys, but you know me. Herpa-derpa-der, Lightning Griffin, I'm an idiot. Do. Okay, whatever. What does?
Show anymore. She somehow got that damn doll back. Don't ask me how, but all she told me was that I shouldn't have done that. I made Twilight angry. What this means is beyond me. She is my child, and I will handle this on my own. As you know that this is my second letter to you about your show, I've attached your response to my first letter.
Dear Miss Garcia, We thank you for your time to write to us about this, but Hasbro has never, nor will at this point in time, have any plans for the creation of a My Little Pony show. And from what you have described in some of the episodes, I'm not sure if this is some sort of joke from you or another person. Hasbro is committed to children entertainment and merchandise, and we would never create horrific shows that would torment our viewers. If you can give us more information about this, we will look into this. Sincerely, Hasbro Legal.
This is your show. It has to be. I see your logo on every single episode. Attached are the photos that I took with my cell phone of the screen of the episode. So don't give me this that it's not your... Wait. What's that sound? I can hear the show coming on in the back.
No. Yeah. Not giving nightmares. Okay. So I guess that's it. Yep. Okay. And hi.
You all probably know about the new generation of My Little Pony.
Oh, hey.
Friendship is magic. It has, for one reason or another, become an overnight sensation. Whether or not you like the show yourself, you have to admit its success is impressive. However, it raises a question. Lauren Faust has worked on other popular shows, and has even been working on her own line of toys, the Galaxy Girls. How did she end up creating some remake of some 80s toy commercial instead of working on her own show ideas? It could be that she's just nostalgic about her childhood MLP toys or something. But even then, what artist wouldn't rather work on their own ideas? I read this news article a few years ago. It was about these 6 girls who had all went to the same school and died on the same day, January 18th.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, hang on.
A friend of mine from North Carolina sent me the article.
Okay. Sorry. That was the next story. Ha. Yeah, I apologize for that. Oh boy. I thought that was just an after message. I seriously apologize. I meant to take like a short break and then start the next story. My bad. My apologies. You know, so by the way, this next Okay. Hi, I'm back. This one is called My Little Pony Theory. Now, like I said, I accidentally started it when I meant to talk about the first one, then start the next one, but that was my bad because I didn't know. So, again, I sincerely apologize. Anyway, so the first story, wow, okay, that's enough to give you nightmares, okay? It's like, fuck, no. No way, not for me, sorry. I mean, I like the show a lot, but if I started seeing that shit, no. Yeah, fuck, no, bro. Like, no way. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if I can talk. Anyway. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop, I still am a Pop-Tart. Anyway, so, I'll be back in a minute. For you guys, it'll be a second. For me, it'll be a minute. So, see you in a little bit. Okay, and I am back. I got some water now. So I'm not fucking eating this thing and my mouth is all dry as fuck. So, start the ominous lighting, apparently. And yeah, great fucking editing, me. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. By the way, I've restarted the story from the beginning, so.
You all probably know about the new generation of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. It has, for one reason or another, become an overnight sensation. Whether or not you like the show yourself, you have to admit its success is impressive. However, it raises a question. Lauren Faust has worked on other popular shows, and has even been working on her own line of toys, the Galaxy Girls. How did she end up creating some remake of some 80s toy commercial instead of working on her own show ideas? It could be that she's just nostalgic about her childhood MLP toys or something. But even then, what artist wouldn't rather work on their own ideas? I read this news article a few years ago. It was about these 6 girls who had all went to the same school and died on the same day, January 18th, 1989. A friend of mine from North Carolina sent me the article from a small local newspaper. I forgot about it until I was watching a few new episodes of MLP and realized the main characters are surprisingly similar to the girls who died. I then decided to look at the article again. The paper had either gotten shut down or I had misremembered the name, so I tried tracking down my old World of Warcraft buddy and asked him for the article. Turned out he had...
Okay. So, I think I already reacted to this one. So, but I think it was by Creeps McPasta. So, let's count this one as a re-upload because Lost Narrator does it better. Because she actually gives more tone to it, I guess. And if I'm wrong and I'm just a fucking idiot, then just enjoy.
happened to have the file saved on his computer, and I was right. There was a definite connection here. The first girl, named Samantha Gales, was obviously an inspiration for Fluttershy, a shy, introverted girl. What her classmates didn't know was that she was constantly abused at home by her mother and stepfather. Her mother conceived her at 15 and blamed poor Samantha for ruining her life. This made Samantha self-conscious. When her stepfather moved in, this made the neglect worsen. Her stepfather never liked having to take care of Samantha when her mother was away, so he would lock her up in the basement and leave her, sometimes for the whole day. And her mother tolerated this, and as she grew, she would hit Samantha for talking out of turn. When her half-sister was born, the abuse became considerably worse. She would be starved, forced to sleep outside, and even beaten outright. Because she dressed in shabby clothes and had low self-esteem, she was often picked on by the other kids at school. Her only friends were animals she rescued, which her family would make her get rid of.
My parents are assholes.
Suicide by overdosing on Valium. The second, named Janice Walters, was always one of the popular girls. She was rich, smart, beautiful, and seemed to live a charmed life. However, her parents argued constantly and were really only together for appearances. She was held up to a high standard, which made her a perfectionist. She wanted to be a designer and live in Paris. But her parents wanted her to remain in Carolina and marry a proper man, one of good breeding and high income. For the most part, her parents ignored her. Her parents' only concern was appearing rich and of high social standing, but in reality, her mother married her father because of money. And since he had accumulated so much debt, they had been losing money fast. This is what got her interested in fashion initially, since she started making her own fashionable clothes to maintain her appearance of wealth. She died in a car crash when her mother and father got into another argument over money while he was driving.
God.
Her neck snapped on impact and she instantly died.
Ugh.
She was clearly the inspiration for Rarity.
God,
Then
that sucks.
there was Alexandra Matthews. Alex was a competitive girl. She always sought out to be the best of the best, especially at sports, track in particular.
Rainbow Dash.
Her father always wanted a boy, and since her mother was declared incapable of having other children, he decided to raise her as if she was his son. In the end, though, she loved her mother and father, and was more than happy to play sports with her father. She excelled at them even. This made her popular, and by the time she was in high school, was being sought out by the athletic scouts from colleges all across the country. This made her try even harder. She had always wanted to compete in the Olympics. However, when she was 15, her mother, who had been told that she could never have another child, had a son. After that, her parents didn't pay much attention to her, which made her even more determined to succeed. She ended up pushing herself so hard on the track, she neglected her friends, her grades, even her personal health.
God.
At one point, she had become so desperate she started taking steroids. What her and her family didn't know was that she had a minor heart condition that the steroids worsened. Since she was pushing herself so hard physically as well, she ended up collapsing during a match due to a heart complication. She died at the hospital a few days later.
God.
In the show, Rainbow Dash seems the most similar.
That sucks.
The girl most similar to Applejack, Jamie Sanders, was a farm girl, just like the character based off her. What the show didn't include was that her farm was run down, and her family was always struggling with money. She would often work odd jobs under the table to try and help support her family. She had many brothers and sisters, and she was the second, which
Odd
means it was
jobs
up to
like
her
drug
and her brother
dealing?
to take care of the youngins. This meant she didn't have enough time to go hang out with her friends, or take
Just
any
asking.
extracurricular activities, or even do her homework on most nights.
I'm literally just asking. Do not hate me, please. Like she said, on like weird jobs and under the table jobs. So I was like, it's kind of the first thing that popped into my head is like, was she drug dealing? Please don't be mad at me. I'm so scared for you guys to be mad at me. I'm so sorry.
I had an aunt, though, whom her family from Manhattan was based off, who kept offering to send money to support her and her father, but they were too proud and always refused. That is until her father died of a heart attack in 1987. Her mother shortly followed after, having killed herself when she couldn't handle the pressure of taking care of all the children.
Really?
They were taken in by their then senile grandmother, who was incapable of truly taking care of them.
Granny
Jamie
Smith.
herself continued to help out with her other family's yard work to keep her family afloat. She died when she fell into a wood chipper.
Fucking hell!
His inspiration probably
What?
has the saddest story, though. Katherine Jackson was a foster child and had moved from home to home. Her birth father...
By the way, if I have heard the story before, I haven't heard it in a long time, so I forgot about that. She got thrown into a fucking... She fell into a wood chipper? What the fuck? No! No! Like, I can imagine you just fucking fall in, all of a sudden, yeah, fucking grind into nothing. It's just fucking... oh my god. It's dust? Blood? I don't know. Leather? I don't know what we're made out of. I know we're made out of meat, but... I don't know. Oh yeah, Lightning, you finished school? You're still Oh yeah, Lightning, you finished school. Maybe you should fucking go back because you're a fucking idiot. I'm actually taking a course for my GED, so yeah, I'll be able to, taking a course to get my GED, which will also get me into college, which will give me a which I'm gonna go for my bachelor's degree. Yeah. Anyway, enough about me. Back to the story. By the way, you guys are seriously sitting here for at least 25 minutes, and I am truly sorry.
Killed her mother and himself in a fit of rage when she was 5, and she could never quite settle into a good home. Some of the foster families who would take her in were merely interested in the financial support of adopting a child would bring, and would refuse to feed her and clothe her. Even when she was in a nice home with a good family, the old memories still haunted her, breaking her fragile sanity into a million pieces. She would have nightmares of her mother screaming. Pie's inspiration probably has the saddest story, though.
Sorry, I had to
Catherine
go back.
Jackson was a foster child and had moved from home to home. Her birth father killed her mother and himself in a fit of rage when she was 5, and she could never quite settle into a good home. Some of the foster families who would take her in were merely interested in the financial support of adopting a child would bring, and would refuse to feed her and clothe her. Even when she was in a nice home with a good family, the old memories still haunted her, breaking her fragile sanity into a million pieces. She would have nightmares of her mother screaming and bleeding, and her father screaming at her, claiming to be after her next. By the time she was in high school, she had completely snapped. Many of the other kids and even teachers assumed that she was merely hyperactive and trying to be funny. She would often paint and draw and write about fantastical things and dress in over-the-top clothing. All the while, her condition was getting worse and worse. The voices and images becoming more realistic and more demanding. She died when she jumped off a building, one of the voices having told her that she could fly. What makes this fact even more chilling is that Lauren originally designed Pinkie Pie to be a Pegasus, as seen in one of her early development sketches.
I saw that.
And lastly, Twilight Sparkle's inspiration was an A student by the name of Cynthia Little. She was held up by a high standard from a very young age. Her older brother was always getting awards.
Okay. If you start hearing fucking voices in your head and they're telling you can fly, don't do it! I'm literally staring at the camera for at least, I don't know, 2 minutes now? Maybe 3? I don't know. Okay, back to the story.
For academic and athletic achievement, and she was held up by the same high standard. She ended up neglecting other facets of her life in order to make sure she got the best grades. For a while, this worked. Her parents were proud of her accomplishments and bragged to their friends about having not just one genius child, but 2. That is,
Shining armor,
until
obviously.
the local private academy for the gifted started to become interested in her, among several other advanced students. She knew that this would be the best opportunity she would have to prove herself as the perfect child. But the pressure was too high. She knew that there were limited spots for new students, and she knew that there would be a test and an essay required to get in. So, she became a little desperate. She studied to the point where she would hardly eat and never sleep. As the tests closed in, she panicked and opted to find an essay online to copy, and during the test, resorted to cheating. When she was caught, her parents were horrified. She sank into a deep depression and eventually hung herself to save herself the shame of being an imperfect daughter. Now, you might be wondering why Lauren Faust would be so inspired to make a sweet children's show about such depressing events. Perhaps she felt some odd need to give these girls closure, or perhaps tell their stories in any way she could. Think about it. In the one episode named The Cutie Mark Chronicles, each pony describes how each one earned their cutie marks. Rainbow Dash, who was able to make a sonic rainbow on the same day for all the girls to see, and to make them be able to earn their cutie marks, kind of makes you wonder about each girl's death in real life on the same day. And in the show, Fluttershy is able to take care of the animals she adores. Rarity is a successful designer with loving parents. Rainbow Dash is in fact a great athlete. Applejack has a successful farm. Pinkie Pie is happy without a care in the world. And Twilight Sparkle was accepted into an exclusive school. Maybe, just maybe,
eventually having her become a princess.
The spirits of these girls what they always wanted. And I think they're happy.
Okay, I actually did this correctly. And total darkness. Okay then. Oops. I think I just hit mute. Don't worry, it won't be mute for like the rest of the video. I just hit it. By the way, fuck. If this is actually true, like if this is an actual true thing, then rest in peace to all of them, you know? And I hope they are happy, like, where they are now, you know? You know, and especially how the show's going and its popularity also kind of tells their story a little bit, like, in depth. So, like I said, if it's actually true, then, you know, rest in peace, and I hope they're happy. You know, because the My Little Pony show got to show their life more, than what actually happened to them in real life. But don't cheat on tests, because I've actually done it before. I got away with it, obviously, but it was when I was like younger and I actually didn't study for a test. I didn't study at all that day, actually. I was too busy. So I never really got around to study, and what I did was I cheated. You know, I did what she did. I found a copy of the test online. I it had the answer key, and I printed it. And I resulted cheating that day. It's not something I'm proud of, you know, saying, but you know, don't do it, because take it from Lightning Griffin, me, I've done a lot of stuff back when I was younger. Stuff, like I said, I don't really like to talk about that much. You know, a lot of depressing stuff and a lot of stupid stuff. I've never done drugs. That's the one thing I've never done. I've never done drugs. So that's also going to you guys. Do not do drugs. But no, it's just a lot of shitty moments of my life and that's why I created the awkward story, like the stories and stuff that I tell you guys, so I can tell them on the channel, you know, and have you guys basically try to relate to what I've done when I was younger. Obviously, I'm grown up. I'm better for it. You know, so actually, I've never been in jail. I've never done drugs. I've never been in jail. But yeah, so that was actually really entertaining. The first one was scary as shit. The other ones was just very depressing. One, like the one, I was fucking freaked out, bro. Like, Like, it didn't look like I was freaked out on the outside, but on the inside, I was like, you know. On the, like I said, on the second story, it was more depressing. And then it got shitty when fucking, and then it's like, as soon as I heard that the girl fell into a fucking wood chipper, ugh, that just, like, kind of brought an image into my head. It's bad. And then, the one where the voice told the girl that she can fucking fly and she jumped off a building. Now, that also brought an image to my head, which is also very depressing. So, it's like, it's very, very bad. Oh my god, I've seriously kept you guys here for at least 36 minutes. I am so sorry. Oh, you're just literally sitting here just listening to me rambling now. I seriously apologize. Oh boy. You know me, I'm me. Yay. I'm happy you guys, are here and you watch my stuff, and I really enjoy you guys being here with me, and just thank you very much for everything, and for you guys, it would be 38, maybe 38, maybe 30. I don't know. For you guys, the time would be different because by the time I'd done this, I would have been editing a lot of stuff. And, so it would either be 40 minutes long, maybe, so, yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that I wasted that I took, like, 37, maybe 38 minutes out of your day. Or night, should I say, just in case if it's nighttime like it is now, because it's 5:02 in the morning, and I'm not asleep. So, again, I apologize. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy. My name is Lightning Griffin, and I'm signing off. Bye.